2, 3, 4.
Hi guys, and welcome to another video by channel Vegan and Frodo. I know it's a bit, I'll try to reposition myself a little bit. I have my stuff drying there, I have my bed down there. I'm sitting on this really cool mats in my totally Japanese room, and I have my bike on the side there. Oh, isn't it stunning? Totally stunning. Oh, I love my bike. Alright, so this video is about what I'm taking up with me to go up Mount Fuji. Can't really even see me, sort of in the shade. Anyway, it doesn't matter if I'm in the shade or not, because I'll be flipping the camera around in a second and I'll be showing you what I'm taking with me. I'm climbing Mount Fuji in the morning, first thing in the morning, and it will take me, however long it will take me. It sort of approximates about 8 hours, but we'll see how we go. I think it approximates 5 hours up and 3 hours down. We are, well, I'd like to say that I'm in reasonable kind of fitness shape. So we'll see what that's like for us. Although I have been cycling along in Japan for about a week now, and I've done, I think 90, over like maybe about 900 Ks. 950 Ks I've done so far in Japan. So my muscles have been working out in the last week, but I believe that I'm young, strong, and very fit and able to do this successfully. Anyway, I have talked to a few different people who have done Mount Fuji, and actually one of the hosts that I had in this trip, they've done it, and they kind of tell me that they're not very much fitness enthusiasts, and they were able to do it, and they were able to do it in one day, so it's no big deal. Now, a lot of people do sunrise or sunset at Mount Fuji, which means for sunrise they start hiking through the night, about midnight, if not 11 p.m. And then they woke up and they see the sunrise at 4 a.m. and then they kind of hike back down. So for that, obviously you need loads and loads of torches, much warmer clothes and things like that. Similarly, in the evening, if you want to be at the top for sundown, you will need, torches for when you're coming down off the mountain. The mountain is 3,700 meters, just a little bit over that. So it takes a while. There are huts about 1/3 in on the mountain, so you can stay the night there if you wanted to, whether it is before you start climbing in the morning, or, well, middle of the night, however you want to call it, or you want to sleep before you get back into the city, because, for example, you were up there for sundown, for sunset, and you kind of walk back down and you can't get back into the city, into town, so you get the accommodation and you stay the night on the mountain again once you reach 5th station, basically one of those huts. You have to pre-book those huts, and the buses run a different timetable depending on the month. In September, you can climb Mount Fuji from kind of July, August, September. In September, you have an extra time where the buses go, an extra time. But for right now, I actually was looking at the timetable before, in June, you can still go to the mountain and come back, but there are less buses that go and do that. In July, right now, here you can't really see it properly, but basically the first bus is at 6:20 a.m. and to Fuji, and from Fuji the first bus is at 8, and then the very last bus to Mount Fuji is at 7 p.m. and the very last bus from Mount Fuji is at 8:10. So it takes about an hour to get from Mount Fuji to this town here which is or you can get it to Kawaguchiko Station. There you can like have a look. Does it focus on it? Basically it's Kawaguchiko Station. I'll show you when I flip the screen around. Or you can also, there's Mount Fuji Station and Fuji Hokuroku Park. So it depends where you have your accommodation, where you're staying. Right, there are different stops along the way. So with that in mind, the round trip ticket is 2200 yen and one-way ticket is 1540 for an adult. It's slightly cheaper for a child, and yeah, there are a couple of notes where there's like some of these are not run on Friday, Saturday, and 15th of July. Oh, the little route with the star. But anyway, this is schedule. Best is to go online and double check it before you trip. But this is more or less right now. This is the latest and greatest from 1st of July to 10th of September this year. Right, so let's have a quick look. This is kind of the generic stuff. What I'm doing, I haven't talked about what I'm doing actually. What I'm doing is I am doing it in one day. I'm catching the bus in the morning, doing the hike, going back down, and then catching the bus at night back to my accommodation here. I am in an Airbnb. It's $60 a night, which is, I think it's fairly reasonable for a kind of touristy destination in Japan town. I mean, it could be cheaper, but it's fine. You know, I get to do my washing. I have access to the kitchen. I have my private room, and I get my bike in the room as well, which I know might not be like a thing for many of you, but for me it is. So let's get into it. What am I bringing up with me? To Mount Fuji for a one-day hike when I do not sleep on the mountain. Since it's right in front of me, there is food. You have a little bit of food. I have an apple here. I have some rice balls. I have a little rice, forgot what it's called, but it's the rice flour sweet thing with beans in it. And I have some crackers. Now I know it's not much food, and a lot of people might say, why are you bringing food up Mount Fuji? In fact, you can actually buy food up the mountain the further you go, but the further up you go, the more expensive it gets. So I want to take just some snacks with me. Basically, I'm also taking some water. So it's really up to you whether you want to pay 100 yen at the bottom for a little sushi triangle, or you want to pay 300 yen at the top. I think it's fine, right, if you're starving at the top of the mountain, but it's good to be prepared and just have some snacks. This is what I'm choosing to take. I think some crackers or dried fruit or nuts would be great. It's just in 7-Eleven that I was in, it just seemed overpriced for me. So I'm just going with that. I didn't get a chance to go to the supermarket. That's what I'm taking food-wise. And I'm going to have a pretty good breakfast with some fruit and some toast. So basically water. So I'm taking a backpack with a high-vis cover on it, right? And this is a little clip where you can put your light on if you wanted to. So this is, I love my high-vis cover basically because it does just make sure that people see you. Not that there's an issue during the day, but it's just, I don't know, I like it. I've gotten used to wearing it. There you can see I have my hiking shoes. Now you can actually rent hiking shoes at the 5th station at the base. You can rent them there, but I brought my own. These are the Vibram, what is the brand called? The North Face. The North Face, and they've got Gore-Tex. So they're waterproof. Now there is a little bit of snow on the mountain, and there might be slightly colder. The mountain might be slightly colder up at the top. So I'm going with these, and I'm actually going to change my insole to the one from my bike shoes, just because I like it and it gives good support. And you need shoes with really good support for hiking, basically. Now I'm also bringing my sunnies because it's going to be daytime, right? And it's going to be very, very sunny. There are not many trees up the mountain, so I'm going with that. Now that we're talking about sun, I'm just going to show it off here. The sunscreen. Definitely 100%. There's not going to be a place to hide when you're on top of the mountain. So absolutely 100% sunscreen, apply and reapply as required. Now, as I've spoken before, the higher up the mountain you go, the colder it gets because the altitude is different. And right, like you have seen it before, right? Like there's snow at the top of the mountain, but not at the bottom. So I had a look at the weather forecast. It's early July right now. At the bottom of the mountain, it's 24 degrees C. And the higher up you go, at the very top, at 3,700 meters, it is supposed to be 6 degrees C. So for that, with that in mind, I'm bringing a hat because I do not want to be cold. I'm bringing some gloves and I'm bringing thicker socks. Thick, comfy socks that I'm going to wear for the hike. Now it might... I know it feels really hot while we're down here and it's summer, but I think it's good to have it and not need it than not have it and then being freaking freezing and getting a cold at the top. So I'm taking that, I'm wearing that. I have my thicker jersey that I'm going to grab with me as well. Now, in regards to waterproof stuff, it is good to have the raincoat with you, like one of those really cheap, see-through ones that you can buy for not much money. But I didn't get a chance to buy one, and at the same time I actually have 100% waterproof pants, which actually are getting worn out, but I still have them. And I have my very good high-vis waterproof jacket. So I'm going to take these two things with me as well, because I'm going to be wearing knee-length leggings as well, so just in case I get cold at the top, I can wear these guys and be warmer also. Now, transitioning into, we can have a look. I have a whole bunch of coins. Now, I made sure that I had quite a few coins, a few hundreds, like there's a 500 in here, just a few coins, basically because that is what you use to pay for things on the mountain. I know there are vending machines, I think, up the mountain, and there are people selling things as well, so they use coins, like no card, and there's no chance there's a high chance that you won't be able to get change on like paper money. So it's good to have some coins. I know it's like makes it heavier, but it also is a guarantee that you're going to be able to buy something at the top if you feel like you need to, whether it's water or food or whatever. Now, I'm also taking my glasses, as well as sunglasses. I'm taking my regular glasses, but I will be wearing my lenses most of the time. This is just a backup option, just in case. So I'm sweet with that. Now, speaking of the just in case backup options, I have my torches, my front white one, and my back red one that I can use. Now, I don't think I will be in the darkness at any of the time, because I'm planning to climb the mountain, start fairly, reasonable time, and come back down before sundown. In fact, sun up is about 4:30 a.m. and sundown is at 7 p.m. So you get a pretty decent chunk of time, I would say. So you have, you have over 12 hours to basically hike up this mountain and come back down, and it's supposed to take about 8, kind of an average pace going, but I want to take this with me nevertheless, just so I have them. Similarly with my GPS tracker, again, this is you can say like a heavy thing, but it's good. I have it, so I might as well use it and take it with me. It'll be GPS tracking me. There's also an option for sauce and whatnot. Why not? I have it, why not take it? Now, back to going to electronics. I'm going to be bringing my phone with me, and I'm going to be bringing my block, my charging block with a cord, just so I can recharge my phone when needed. I'm going to bring my headphones, and I'm going to bring a GoPro just so I can film the mountain and how I'm climbing for you guys. So this is more or less what I'm taking. What I didn't take is the waterproof raincoat, because I have my waterproof clothes. I chose to take some snacks with me. So again, that's an option, but it does depend. I always think it's good to have some food with you, So think about that, whether you want to bring that or not. Definitely sunscreen, definitely glasses, definitely warmer clothes as well, because it will be colder. It'll be like 20 degrees difference from bottom to top of the mountain. So bring some clothes with you. Whether you want to bring these guys, if you're doing it sunrise or sunset, bring them, you'll need them. And obviously your block, your charging block, that's important to always have your power for your phone. Right, so this is what we have, our timetables as I promised. So just here, you can press pause if you want on the screen, just so you can have a picture of this. So the 5th station is where you catch the bus to, and that's where you start climbing the mountain. And these are the times for this year. Alright, hope you enjoyed this quick, fairly solid, informative video, I think. This is what I'm taking. Let me know if of your experience, if you have taken something, if I should advise on taking something else. And obviously you'll see the video of me climbing very soon, and you will see the video of me talking about what I should or shouldn't have brought, what I used. But I think this is very minimal, very solid. Obviously I'm going to be wearing leggings and a fitness shirt as well, so you know, just the clothes. Now something else that you may not think about but you really should bring with you, because it will help you out, is 1 or 2 plastic bags. Yes, this is a stand from my work, I just took them off. So a couple of plastic bags, basically one for your rubbish, because all the rubbish that goes with you to the mountain should come down with you as well, and another one for some reason, I don't know, just in case you need it for something, just have to, just in case. And some tissues as well, just in case again you'll need that up the top. And now something else that you should really take is your first aid stuff. To represent that, here I have a couple of plasters, just in case, I don't know, you get a blister, or you might, for whatever reason, have a fall, just to have them. Or someone else might have a fall and they'll need a plaster, and you'll have one. So have a couple of plasters with you, and betadine or some sort of sanitizing thing similar to this. So some sort of hand sanitizer or betadine as well. Betadine for like your cuts and bruises and things like that. Alright, thanks for watching another video, and hope to see you in another one. Chase your adventure. Bye.